everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Yeah, that sounds like a great role. And did you have any other good roles in theater?
Yes, I have played Diana, Princess of Wales, in a very abstract short play that was performed as part of the Short and Sweet Theatre Festival in Sydney, which is quite a prolific short theatre festival, and has varying branches of music and kids and comedy and film as well now. I've performed quite a lot in that festival over the years. Also, there was one called Santa Photo where I played kind of a ditzy mom figure. So I've had quite a variety of serious and not so serious roles, and did discover kind of an innate thing for comedy when I won. This is like, I'm blowing this all out of proportion. I won Best Actress at a little like a club event called Crash Test Drama, which is an offshoot of Short and Sweet, where actors and playwrights can workshop their plays, their short plays. And the very first time I went along to this event one night, I won the Best Actress, because you get judged. They have judges on the night as well. And so that also gave me a little boost, like, oh, okay, if I just relax a little, I can do that as well. So, yeah, and I've had all sorts of roles in short films, from evil stepmothers to dying mothers to nice mothers. Like that's the most recent kind of role. Yeah, so I've been lucky to have a variety.
Yeah, that just sounds like a great career, dabbling in the arts and acting. And yeah, I have a brother named Harrison, and he acted for a bit, and he was really, really good. In fact, when we first met Andy McPhee in LA, Harrison did a tape session with him
Wow.
At one of those recording studios, and he did quite well at it.
Yeah.
And my brother starred in some musicals like The Drowsy Chaperone and Beauty and the Beast and Annie Get Your Gun.
Oh, wow.
He had a lot of fun doing all those roles, and I always enjoyed watching him do them. Do you want to hear a story that's funny from when he was on set?
I would love to hear any story that's funny on set or off.
Yeah. So basically what happened was Harrison played the butler character in the play called Drowsy Chaperone. And the Drowsy Chaperone has a lot of couples involved in the story that get together, in the end. And he was co-starring with like a very posh British character actress. And in the scene that they were supposed to do, his co-star was supposed to say publicly that she was going to violate prohibition by drinking alcohol. And so what happened was the scene required a specific set of occurrences to happen that followed Harrison giving his co-star a glass of wine that had a flat on the bottom. But Harrison picked up the glass, and the flat immediately fell off.
Oh.
And it was not a fixable situation. So what happened was if he put the wine glass back on the table, it would have caused a mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he and his co-star, after a very awkward pause, decided to take it another direction. The rest of the scene was going to happen after he gives her the wine. She would drink it, and then she would spit it in his face and say, "Wrong wine."
Right.
And then he was supposed to go back and get the rest of it with the glass. But since it was broken, they did the first thing that came to mind and improvised. And what they did was he handed her the wine, she drank it, spat it at him, and then he gave it back to her. She drank it, spat it at him, and it went on and on and on until they finally had a reason to justify the closing lines of the scene. Me, my parents, and the whole audience was laughing.
Oh,
wow. It was like the highlight of the evening, I think, just the fact that they were able to still make it work. And I was laughing hard, but also feeling for Harrison a bit, hoping that no one would see him badly because of that as an actor. But from what I heard, after he and his co-star went to the back of the stage, they met up with the director of the play, and I think it was Dr. Denny, I think it was. And he said to Harrison and his co-star, he was like, "That was perfect. Guys, you did awesome." And not only did he congratulate them, but he was like, "Tomorrow's show and the show after, I want you guys to do that exact scene the way you did."
Oh, that's gold. That is amazing.
Yeah.
The beauty of theatre, where sometimes you're forced into situations and you're in character in the moment, and that's a great story.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie with Johnny Depp and all that, the third one, there's a scene where the pirate characters all throw out their guns at each other, sort of to threaten each other into one side or whatever. And the person leading the scene was the character portrayed by Jeffrey Rush. And and what happens is, instead of saying anything fierce to each other, Jeffrey Rush, after a pause, starts laughing. And then the crew starts to join in on it. And I learned just recently that scene was not scripted. Jeffrey had forgotten his line that he was supposed to say. And so they just laughed and then began the scene with the lines that he did know. And they just thought it worked so perfectly, they kept it in the movie.
Yeah, that's right. That's what acting is all about, and good directing and making actors feel comfortable to, improvise.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're surviving cancer at the moment, or you survived?
Oh yeah, I did. I was 40, which was, oh my gosh, 14 years ago now. And I was diagnosed with bowel cancer, which was a bit of a shock because I thought I was pretty healthy at the time. I was very slim, very fit, young. I didn't smoke or drink. I was, very cautious with my food, and was quite shocked. But also, again, I ticked the box of being very fortunate because I had only surgery as treatment. I didn't need any other treatment. So I had about as much of my guts removed, but that's okay. Didn't need them. Just recovered sort of mentally and physically after that. And I'm really grateful that I was attuned to my body to the point where I had to kind of go back to the doctor a few times to say, look, this is not normal. So that's sort of part of my journey to be healthy and eat well and preserve, your body for as long as you can, so you can do the stuff that you want to do in your life and achieve.
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia, saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.